What up, guys? Welcome back to another video. First of all, I want to say sorry for not uploading much lately. We had someone very close to us pass away recently, and yeah, I was kind of, yeah, you know, but yeah. It's time to start uploading again, and yeah, that's it. But today I want to do a balance patch prediction video, as we do every single time before the balance patch drops. It is the 21st January as I'm recording, and the balance patch should be next week, potentially 27th. The patch drops, or we get the notes on the 27th. It's one of those two. Okay, so it's coming very soon. In about a week. But yeah, now first question is, are we gonna have collab units in this balance patch? They just came out, so I'm not sure. Probably not. I don't remember what happened last time we had collab units, if we had them in the patch or not. Is it possible? I guess it's possible that we'll see them. So I will go through it and just tell you guys my thoughts about them. Because also I haven't done a video talking about the collab units either. So this is kind of going to be like a 2-in-1, I guess. So we can start from fire. I already pulled all three of the fire ones. I have none of the water ones. I have the wind Tanjiro. I kind of dodged all the ones that I wanted except fire Nezuko, which I actually got today. So yeah. I really wanted the Zenitsus and this guy because the speed lead, but we'll talk about it soon. Let's start with this guy, okay? Now, first of all, this unit is, it's like Nyx and Seimei, but only for himself, right? It has the part of the Nyx passive, kind of where he blocks harmful effects, and then the one turn thing with Seimei that Seimei has, and then some healing. Right, of course worse than Seimei, but yeah, it's kind of that in one unit, on one unit, right? Which is, it's not a terrible passive, okay? It's not a terrible passive. It will obviously get buffed in the future to be something better. I'm not really sure what they will do. They're probably gonna add like anti-CC or something as well to this, or they're gonna give him more damage, like stack damage kind of passive, like Fire Monkey has. But the passive is not the main issue of this unit. The main issue of this unit is that he doesn't have a second skill. Okay, his stats are good. The passive could be better, but he doesn't have a second skill. The second skill is a AoE heal block on a 3-turn cooldown. Okay, that is a bit embarrassing. In my opinion, I think this is probably one of the worst skill 2s on any Nat 5 ever in the history of Summoners War. Okay, AoE heal block. That is crazy, bro. That is absolutely crazy. Especially on a passive unit that has nothing to do with AoE attacks. Very, very embarrassing skill too. Okay. This is one of those skills where I don't even know what can save this. Like, what can save this? They would need to like just add, because heal block is something that this skill should have as secondary, right? So it feels like this whole skill is missing the main part of the skill. Now, could they add a stun with 100% to this and make it better? It would be better, but again, AoE skill just doesn't fit with a bruiser unit like this, right? Could they add a defense break? Even that probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. Could they add pushback? Some sort of pushback? They probably wouldn't add more than 50 anyways on a second skill, so very bad skill 2. Skill 1, good. But yeah, this guy's at the moment completely unusable because of this. So I think he is the worst collab Nat 5 in the game at the moment. Next one, Fire Nezuko. Now, I haven't had a chance to test this. I was going to do this today on stream. So if you guys want to see me test her later in about... Well, actually, when you see this video, I'm probably going to be live right after. So come join the Twitch. But yeah, first skill is attack break. Nothing too crazy, but it's okay. Skill 2. Skill 1. Skill 2 attacks all enemies 2 times. First hit blocks them from removing harmful effects for 2 turns. Then has a absorb as well by 20%, 70% chance on both of these. It goes up with skill ups. Now this is a second skill, right? This is like a second skill. Double chance to do something, 70% on each, block harmful effect and absorb attack bar. Pretty decent, right? Pretty decent. It's not the craziest skill 2, but it is decent. And it's a 3-turn cooldown. Compared to Inosuke, this is like miles better, right? So it's a decent skill 2. I'm not too mad about it. I think it's decent. Will this get buffed? Maybe. I don't think they will add anything else. They might increase the activation rate of some of these things, but it's not a terrible skill 2. It's not a terrible one. Third skill, Flame Spiral, attacks on enemies to stun him for 1 turn, blocks him from receiving beneficial effects for 2 turns, and then decrease their attack bar by 50%. Now you could combo this with this to use skill 2 first and then go into skill 3. You could technically. Yeah, it's a really decent skill 3. I mean, it's a 100% stun, 100% block, 100% pushback. Pretty solid. Will they buff this to be a bit better? Maybe more pushback, maybe, I don't know. But it looks decent, right? It looks usable. From the get-go, this unit looks usable. Not the greatest, but it's a usable CC unit, right? It knows what it is, right? It's a CC unit, that's it. It's a triple skill, max accuracy unit, that's it. So yeah, one of the better collab units. One of the more complete collab units. I think she also wakes into accuracy, right? I'm not 100% sure, but let me check some of these. Okay, everyone has it built. Very cool. Everyone's excited. Okay, no, she's Crate Trait Awakening. Interesting. That's not a good awakening. I'll be completely honest, that awakening is very bad. For support type, Crit Trait Awakening on a max sack build, a very bad awakening. I didn't see it, but now that I see it, pretty terrible. Considering that you want max accuracy and 15 crit rate on this unit because of Ragdoll. So 30 is immediately very bad against Ragdoll, and immediately you have to use the accuracy slot 6, which is going to take a lot of stats from her. Wasted stats, right? This is like, if she had Res Awakening, she would be better. Like, definitely. So yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. Fire Tanjiro, is what I said earlier. This unit knows what she is. He doesn't know what he is, right? When Comptos does these kind of things, and they combine damage with accuracy skills, terrible, right? It's always terrible. In some cases, it might not be because like the unit is really insanely strong, like Sean, right? But Sean doesn't require any crit rate to hit hard because he auto crits. His third skill is insane, so you can build him on accuracy, and his skill 2 is still gonna be insane because you don't need crit stats, right? But yeah, ignore defense unit. Skill 1, it's a skill 1, you know. Skill 2, ignore defense. Increase your attack bar when attacked by an enemy while this is on cooldown. These things are pretty cool though on Tanjiros, you know. You get an increased damage on this, you get a attack bar gain on this if they attack you. And this one, another sad skill, right? Attacks all enemies to absorb their attack bar by 25% and disturbs HP recovery for 3 turns. Heal block, really? Heal block again? Like, it's so bad. The whole third skill is a 25 absorb per unit, which you can get resisted on. You can glance. God help you, right? And then a heal block. I don't know what's with Comptos and heal blocks, but they gotta stop this. And then decrease the effect of attack bar, decreasing effects you receive from enemies by 50% while this is on cooldown. This is not terrible, right? But I feel like this part is better than the whole skill. It's like I want to use this skill just so I can have this other part, which is not, that's not good. Okay, that's not good. And again, very annoying to build. You need max accuracy for this, and this you need 100 crit rate. And if you want to hit a decent amount, you do want crit damage on him, right? So what they need to do is fuck this heal block, okay? Maybe increase the absorb, fuck off with the heal block. They can't really do anything about this unit being like the way it is. They're not gonna change the skill completely, but they would need to add some serious things here for it to be good, like a 50% accuracy on skill 3. Just a bonus that says this skill has 50% bonus accuracy, so you can build them on full damage without having to focus on accuracy. Or you can build them still tanky, but go for crit rate and crit damage without worrying about accuracy, right? But yeah, heal block, it's pretty bad. They could have changed the heal block for branding or something, so you can get attack bar and branding, and then when you take a turn, the skill 2 hits harder. That's a possibility as well. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. What does he awaken into though? So no matter what he awakens into, it's good. I think it's crit rate, right? Yeah. So it's good. Accuracy or crit rate. He needs both, right? But again, not impressive. Not impressive. Who else do we talk about? I think I think, of course, I'm not gonna talk about all the units again. The way we do these videos lately, at least, it's been just talking more about the newer units because we haven't talked about them enough, right? Because like the old units we've talked about in the past many times, and I suggested many things. But let's talk about these, right? Let's talk about these and Dracons. Now, this one again, Crit Awakening. Attack bar absorb. Attacks the enemy target to remove all beneficial effects and stuns for 1 turn. This attack will deal more damage according to your max HP. When used on the spot of a dead enemy, that enemy cannot be revived during battle. Deals damage proportionate to the dead target's max HP to all enemies, and stuns them for 1 turn with a 7% chance. I think this is a good skill too, already. It's a full strip stun, right? It does become better once it's used on a dead enemy. Could this cooldown be lower? Technically, it could be. It could be a 2-turn cooldown, but only when you're using it like this, right? When you're using it, when you use this skill, like they could make something like this, right? When you use this skill on a dead enemy, this cooldown increases. That's a potential buff, okay? Because I don't think this needs much of a touch, right? And if they don't touch it, I think it's still pretty okay. Third skill, attacks all enemies to absorb their attack bar by 50% each and decrease their attack speed for 2 turns. Damage increase according to attack bar absorbed. Again, a pretty solid skill 3. What they could buff here, maybe more absorb, 60, 70 potentially, because it doesn't stun. I think it's solid. I mean, Crit Awakening, again, it's a max AC unit. That's one thing they could change, make it Accuracy Awakening. Because even though like this does damage based on how much you absorb, I think it still doesn't make sense to have this unit on crit rate, right? The crit rate awakening is probably the biggest issue. Same thing with Fire Nezuko. Okay, now these are tough, bro. These are tough. Skill 1, it's pretty solid. Skill 2. Attacks the enemy 2 times to deal damage. It ignores all damage reduction effects. Recovers HP by 30% of the damage dealt. Now this skill obviously just needs a 2-turn cooldown. Like, this is the kind of skill that it's either a 2-turn cooldown skill, or I don't know what they could add here though. Ending maybe. It's kind of hard to add stuff. I don't know, stun wouldn't really pair well, I guess. I mean, it would be cool, but I don't think it would pair well. I think 2-turn cooldown as a start would be the best buff. It's a crit rate awakening as well. When you receive HP recovery, increase your attack bar in proportion to received HP instead, and increase damage dealt to the enemy up to 100% on the next turn. This recovers HP to the max when you defeat an enemy. It's like a budget Carlos, always has been, right? Carlos gets 100% attack bar whenever he kills an enemy. He gets the recovery, he gets the HP recovery. But I never understood how this unit works though. Like, how much does he get when he recovers his HP? Like, I never understood how this works. I've never seen this guy in action, to be honest. I've seen him only in Elemental Raid, and that's it. But it's basically a budget Carlos, right? Maybe make this a 2-turn cooldown, and then we'll see how it works with the passive. Maybe more people use them. But the fact that they made this unit like literally a Carlos, kinda, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. But the good part is that technically, you don't need to kill to get the attack bar with this guy. Technically, right? Where Carlos does have to kill. So that is one thing to look out for, right? A vampire build, you're still healing. Does depend how much damage you do though. Plus this heals you. So yeah. We can start with just giving him 2-turn cooldown. And we see where it takes us. But yeah. Water. Now, I like the Zenitsus already. I do like them. Wind one is we'll talk about him, but let's start with the water one. Now, first skill, solid. I love the first skill. I think it's very strong. Second skill, very strong. Okay, 2-turn attack speed. Like, this is a second skill. How do we have this on a way better unit, and then we have the fucking fire Inosuke with whatever the fuck that second skill is? Okay, increase attack speed for 2 turns. That part is already better than AoE heal block. Let's be honest here, okay? This part alone is already a better skill. Then attacks the target once and random enemies 5 times. The faster attack speed, the greater damage becomes. Additional damage, great. Additional damage by speed, great. He gets attack speed buff, very, very good, right? And then he also stuns with a 50% chance. And then it's a 3-turn cooldown, the same Inosuke has. This is a very good skill, okay? The stun isn't super consistent, but you get good damage, attack speed, plus stuns. Very good second skill. Skill 1, skill 2, already very good. Immune against an ability, right? Now, I'm not a fan of this passive that much, but it does make sense. It does make sense, right? You stun, you're probably gonna be running other stunners with this guy. Maybe you're not. Maybe you will. 25% attack bar gain. It's not bad. With speed buff as well, not bad, right? Does it also count if you stun here with this skill and then you attack again with this skill, right? While you're attacking with this skill, he gets attack bar, right? So this one they have to be careful if they buff it too much, because like the obvious buff is increase the attack bar gain, right? That's the obvious buff. They gotta be careful. Is 25 enough? It could be. They gotta be very careful, because this already very strong, right? Already very strong. This could be strong too. And then the 4th skill. Again, great skill, right? It is not speed-based damage, which can be good. It will hit less than this. But this could be good if you're fighting Leos or you're slowed or whatever the fuck, right? But you can only use it twice per battle. Attacks the enemy when attacked that always has attribute advantage. That's great. It ignores the effects to resist that. That's great. If you have attacked the enemy under 30%, deals additional 30% of the target's max HP. So you insta-kill, right? Basically. And this skill can be used twice per battle, and you get the attack bar after using this skill. And you have no cooldown. Solid, bro. Solid. Like, solid, solid, solid. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's just solid. And yeah, I don't think these have... Wait. Give me someone who doesn't have a build. Come on, someone needs to not have a build. Need buff. Wow, everyone has them built, huh? Okay, So he does have crit awakening, which is good. It's good. You do want it. You do want it. Accuracy or crit, you do want on him. So yeah, great base stats, fantastic. I don't even know what to say. Like, maybe this a little bit, but for now I would probably let him sit. Right? I would probably let him sit for now. Because I feel like people are just jumping immediately into conclusion, like, buff, you know? We haven't even seen these units, really. Some need a little bit of time. Like, that's why I want these Zenitsu, so I can test and see actually how it is. Because until you test something yourself, you can't really know exactly, right? So, yeah. I think he's solid. I think he's solid. Could be better though. Passive is probably the weakest link. But still, I want to see if it works the way I think it works. Water Inosuke. First skill, we talked about it. Second skill, we didn't talk about it. Now, 2-turn defense break. Can't land a glance hit. 3-turn cooldown, too much. This is a 2-turn cooldown skill. That's the buff. That's it. Right? That's the first buff. You do that. And then we see what happens. Right? But yeah. That's the first buff. Third skill. Strip fully and gains a turn. Now, I don't like the combination of these skills. Right? No one does. It doesn't fit, right? This unit needed to have some kind of a AoE, pushback, stun, slow, something, right? In this skill. Single target, damage skill, on a max AC unit, support. I need the thought process from Contours. Like, I really feel like they're throwing stuff around without actually thinking, you know, because like if you're thinking, you will not do this. If you're thinking, you know. So I don't think they're thinking. In all honesty, like. But yeah, whatever, right? Now, what can they buff here? Now, the obvious answer would be getting more bar from this. Getting bar from this. Now, AoE bar. Is it too OP? Probably. Right. It would literally be a Tiana. That can get resisted. But it would be a 104 base speed Tiana. That's 8 base speed more. With a speed lead. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. What can they add to this? Because it's a very strong skill, right? Non-touching is very strong. With the speed lead, by the way. So yeah, very hard to buff this. Very hard. This, 2-turn cooldown, it doesn't fit with this. I don't fucking know, man. It's too hard to buff this. If you give him bar... Okay, but it would still probably be too strong. If the unit do what they did with the Water Ezio, right? The next unit, the next fastest unit gets 20 bar. Would that be too much? It's like a Water Ezio, but way less base speed, but it does have a speed lead. Would that be a good buff? Maybe it would be okay, considering his second skill sucks. Maybe. 104 base speed. Not amazing, not terrible. Maybe. I would probably consider that. 20% bar to the next fastest unit. And yeah, that's it. With this skill. But again, it could be too strong. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I don't know. But to be honest, like, come on, we have so many crazy units in the game. Like, there's a Wunsa in the game and stuff like that. So, yeah, it probably wouldn't be too strong. And it would help against Acog to an extent, right? Yeah, I think that would be a good buff. And then you would see him a lot, because he's speedily too. Water Nezuko. First skill, we already saw. Second skill, I do like it. Attacks the enemy 3 times the stun target for 1 turn with a 45% chance to decrease their attack bar by 30% chance with a 45% chance. Increase your attack bar by 30% if the enemy is stunned. This attack will deal more damage according to your max HP. It's a solid skill 2. Could this be a 2-turn cooldown? Maybe it would be too much. What I would probably do is increase the chances instead of making it a 3-turn cooldown or a 2-turn cooldown. I'd probably increase the chances a bit because I think the skill is solid, right? Just needs more activation chance, right? Passive, decrease attack bar by 50%, start of your turn, creates a shield equal to 20% of your max HP for 2 turns when you attack on your turn. And then she counterattacks with this skill if you're attacked while having the shield. Now, do we really need to decrease her HP? Can we just delete this? Can we just delete this part? I just delete this part and we're chilling, right? I would just delete it. And I think then maybe. More activation, delete this part. Cool. Awakening, I don't know what it is. I know though that we have no res awakenings, which is really cool. I think it's accuracy on her, which is good. I think it's accuracy. I could be wrong, but I think it is. It is. Okay. Good. Just remove this. Add more activation. Boom. We cleaned. This thing, we've already seen this. I think it's good. I think it's a cool unit. We've already seen it though, a lot. Okay, this hits like a truck. Yeah, I mean solid. This one's solid. I like it. I don't know if they will buff it. Maybe they will add an additional debuff here. But it's solid. Dracon. That's the one that we've seen get used the most. I think this skill is the biggest problem because it absorbs attack bar only when you have no harmful effects, which is bullshit. I think they need to remove this whole part and just make him absorb attack bar. That's it. Just make him absorb attack bar. There's no need for this to be to have a condition, right? Because that's only a 40% pushback per unit. You get an additional turn. Maybe they could make this a 10%, 15%, but remove the condition. If they want to nerf it a bit, could be cool, right? Could be cool. 15% would probably be good if they just remove the condition. And that's it. I think this is cool. This one's cool. It's not bad. It's pretty cool. Because you protect yourself with glancing. And there's silence, so if they proc, they can't do shit. Right? And there's threat state. More of a siege unit, I would say, but yeah, just do what I said about second skill and could be cool. Let's do wind. Wind Zenitsu. Now, wind Zenitsu Second skill, we already talked about it. Amazing. Skill 1, we already talked about it. Amazing. Skill 4, amazing. We already talked about it. Now, this one. Gains immunity against inability. When you take fatal damage from the enemy's attack, nullifies the damage taken, recovers your HP by 50%, and increases your attack power for 2 turns. Now, this is a great passive, but one thing I need to mention, okay, that I just found out like yesterday or something when I checked out some replays. If you attack this unit with multi-hits, and let's say the first multi-hit kills him or procs the passive, the rest of the multi-hits will do no damage. They will completely be nullified, which doesn't work like that on some other units who have a similar thing, which is really good. Okay? So yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this unit. The only sad part is Leo, of course, but that's what Leo does. He fucks speed, right? But I think Crit Awakening, which is really good. I think they hit it perfectly with this guy. Yeah, it's Crit Awakening. 100%. 100% Crit Awakening. Yeah. Great. Great. I don't even know what to say. I don't think they will buff him. I like this guy. We still need to see it more, but I do like him. Win Tanjiro, same thing as this guy. Same thing. Ignore defense, but they combine CC. Not good. Like, that's just not a good thing for them to do. Like, Wind Cassandra is already way better than both of these, and no one uses her. Stun for 1 turn, gains immunity on yourself, and then increase attack for 1 turn when you're attacked. It's pretty weak, right? I thought this would work a bit differently when I mean, I didn't really know how it's gonna work, but my speculation was if you stun 3 units, you get 3 turn immunity, which would have been good. It would have made him way better than now, right? But he only gets 1 turn immunity, no matter how many units you stun. So that is terrible, okay? Now, could they buff him to get as much immunity as he gets stuns? Would that be good enough? I don't know, but it would be a good start. Okay, it would be a good start. It's something that would help him survive longer, right? Because you would still build this guy as a bruiser, and that would help him. Okay, like that could be decent, right? That could be decent. So that plus what I said about the fire one, add activation. Add more accuracy on him, right? Add a part that says when you use the skill, you gain 50% accuracy on it. So you can actually build them. It's very hard to build these units. That's like a big problem with them. They do have good awakenings, but again. Also, I know I wasn't gonna mention 4 stars in this, but honorable mention. Water Tanjiro is way better than both of these. Okay? It's not even close. Water Tanjiro is probably the best Tanjiro, even compared to these. He is the best Tanjiro. I'm not even kidding. Okay? I'm not even kidding. I already tested the dark one. I pulled him. He is okay, but it's mostly just arena kind of thing. Arena, siege, not super exciting. This guy, how is he better? Like, how is he as a 4-star outshining these guys? Because like, he actually is. He is. He knows what he is. He's a CC unit. His CC skills are pretty decent for a 4-star, man. Especially. Yeah. I don't know what to say. That's all I have to say. Water Tanjiro actually the GOAT. Gyome. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. They gave us a free unit that's actually way better than many of the collab units that you could summon. AoE Strip, AoE Provoke. He puts glancing, right? No, attack break. Attack break as well. You can't defense break him. Destroys HP, innate destroy. Like, this is such a great defense unit. You know, I'm sure you're gonna be seeing him a lot on defense. If you're not seeing him yet, people are still testing stuff, but you will see this guy. This guy, yeah, I think he's good. I think he's solid. This thing now, same thing that I said about the second skill. Decrease damage taken by 50% for each ally alive. Increase your attack speed by 30%. Now, this sucks. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what they're gonna give her. Could be a million different things, but it sucks. Fix it. Wind Dracon. Second skill, same thing I said about the water one. Third skill, attacks enemies to deal damage proportional to your defense, removes all beneficial effects. In addition, decrease the HP of enemies with beneficial effects removed by 15%. Awful. I already tested this guy. Awful. Okay. Strip that hits and only does damage. God help us. A 4-turn cooldown strip that just does damage. And it's not even good. On a 5-star. One of the most pathetic third skills I've ever seen. Okay. Buff it. Give him bar. Give him... I mean, at this point, any debuff they give him... Counters by Hagang, useless. So the only way they can buff him to be good is 20% bar pushback on the whole team, or 20%, 30% decrease. But again, then it's just a worse Triton, a worse this, a worse that. That's the only way though you can buff him to be maybe usable. That's it. And they should. I think more Hagan counters would be good. So they should do that. Crit Awakening. Also, I'm speechless. Okay, let's move on. This guy, already good. I'm happy. -1 cooldown. Good. Tanjiro. Another same thing. They've done the same thing with the ignore defense Tanjiros, where the third skill is an AoE accuracy based skill. Attacks all enemies to put branding. Guys, if you told me this was a 3-star, I would say, wow, that third skill sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. How is this 5 times worse than all of these? On a LD5. 3-turn branding. And then his passive part is also dog shit compared to these. This is pretty dog shit too, right? Like these are pretty, I mean, they're whatever, right? I mean, this one's probably a bit better. This one's... I mean, it's better than 10% HP recovery. But 3-turn branding. 1 hit. Or 3 hit, 2 turn branding. I don't know, man. I don't know what the multipliers are in this, but I don't know, man. An LD5 that just puts branding. I'm sorry, but that's crazy. That's crazy, in my opinion. That's crazy. This better, like, I don't know. That is crazy. This one, same thing I said. Each time an ally is granted with a harm effect, the attack bar of the affected ally increases by 10% up to 30%. This is already good. I have nothing to say. This thing I already said. Any harm affected once applied to you cannot be reapplied in the same battle. If you're inflicted again with the same harm effect, it reflects back to the caster. I think this one is really cool too. I wish I've seen it more in action to give you my thoughts, but to give you more thoughts about it. But I think he's way better than many other LD5 bruisers who are not being used. So yeah, I still think just change this for now. Dark Zenitsu. People are saying buff, buff, buff. These skills are insane. Okay, these 3 are insane. Passive, immune against an ability. Additionally, increase damage dealt according to your critical rate. So you get a bonus damage. Also, you inflict continuous damage for 1 turn on the target if your attack lands a crit. It's just good. It's just good. Like, these don't need crazy passives, but it's already a great passive. Like, even just this part, and you get bonus damage, and you get a bonus dot for no reason, right? They're good. Like, the Zenitsus are just good. They're just good, innately good, because of, like, the whole combination of skills, right? It's just good. I don't know why people are complaining about the Zenitsus, especially Dark one I've seen, okay? These are more bruiser team units, okay? That can also stun. They're not CC units, they're bruiser type of units that can also stun. Which is still pretty great, right? You build them tanky, you bruiser it up. Very cool. Nezuko, amazing. Probably the best LD5 from this. Again, more activation on this. That's the only buff she could get. Very good. Very good. I have nothing to say. Very good. Dark one we already seen a lot of times lately. Some people have been using it. Very strong. That's it. There's a reason she's been used lately. Dark Drakon. Oh man, one of the most fun units on release that we've ever seen. Sadly. Of course, this 2-turn cooldown. Now, this one is interesting. Okay, you can die. You can get stunned in this. Would the best thing be to give him immune to stuns? Immune to an ability while using this? Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Immune to stuns. Good. Good. Because, like, it's so sad to see him challenge a unit and a unit just stuns him. Or maybe immune to debuffs in general. Because if you get attack broken, you're fucked. If you get stunned, you're fucked. Defense break, you might also die to whatever's hitting you if you get defense broken. Because you need them to do a lot of damage, which means you're squishy. Which means that you have a high chance to lose. I'm telling you, it's yeah, maybe immune to debuffs when you use this. To make him like at least, wow, this is a worth it to use skill. Right? And that's it. That's it. Those are like the newer units that came out recently that we haven't seen on many patches or any patches. And yeah. I do like some stuff though about the Demon Slayer release. Again, no Res Awakenings. That was the thing I was excited about a lot, because lately Comptos hasn't done many awakening changes, and it's good that most units here don't need it. The sad part is that they still don't know when to put accuracy and when to put crit rate, so some units ended up with crit rate instead of accuracy, and some maybe got accuracy instead of crit rate, but there's not many cases. That's pretty good. And I think some of them are very exciting. I think some of them being good on release already, where I can't really say much to buff them. Like, that's pretty rare. Where like I'm happy with the unit on release. Maybe I'm wrong about some things, but some of the units feel very complete, which is surprising, right? But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's still a long video, but these are usually like this, you know? I'm excited to see the balance patch soon. Again, I'm sorry for not uploading recently. Yeah, I had to go through some stuff, and yeah, that's all. Much love, stay safe, take care. Enjoy life, that's it. I'll see you soon. Peace out.